Hello guys, and welcome to MinusTheTheatre, where we talk about movie news, discuss it, and bring it straight to your faces. I am Crimson Rose, co-owner of Minus the Rumors, so let's go ahead and get this one started. So first off the bat, a little bit of superhero news for once. Insidious 4. There's going to be an Insidious 4 movie, Chapter 4. Don't know where this is going to fit in the timeline. I'm excited personally, because I think the Insidious franchise is a scary movie. I think it's pretty good, pretty well done for the most part. It will be coming out October 20th, 2017, so right around the Halloween time frame. So be sure to keep a lookout for this movie. Once we find out a little bit more about it, I'll bring it back to you guys. But personally, I'm excited about it. I hope it's done well. Always want some good scary movies right around Halloween, and this is one that gets right up under your skin. So on to other news. We have Harley Quinn is getting her own movie, so that's pretty exciting. It's in the works at the DCU, which it's going to bring... Suicide Squad's not even here yet. We're already looking at getting a solo movie for one of its characters. I think, it's a fantastic idea. She looks fantastic. I think she's going to do great in this movie. Obviously, they must think that already. Which is interesting. Like, in her standalone movie, who's going to be in it? Because she has so many connections to other characters, both villains and superheroes, story arcs. Are we getting an origin story? Just more Harley Quinn is always a great idea. Is it going to be Batman, Joker, another character? So, Suicide Squad, we're all hoping it's going to be the savior of the DCU, since Batman Superman wasn't exactly great by most people's standards. I personally love the movie beyond all else things, but my opinion doesn't matter. So, that's very exciting. Once we know, who's going to be in it, directors, when it's going to come out, we'll let you know. But be sure to keep a lookout for the Suicide Squad movie coming out this fall. In other news, I told you guys we're going to get more video game movies news in the upcoming future. This is kind of where probably our new phase of everything's going, and I'm never wrong with my guesses. Nintendo is planning on making movies now, which is interesting, and they're not going to license the stuff out, which they've done a lot. That's usually what they do, is they license things out. But thoughts on this? Original thoughts on this, I was like, what? No. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I want Mario movies. I want all these movies. I especially want Zelda movies. Zelda movies would be amazing on the big screen. Absolutely fantastic. However, I don't trust Nintendo to make them. But I read a little bit more into it, and looks like they're not going to go... They may, on the road, or they may do a few, but it looks like they're going to kind of focus on the animated movies, which Nintendo doing animated movies, absolutely give it to me. I trust them to do that because of this. Pokemon movies. There are so many. There's, 19 animated Pokemon movies. And yes, it's done by the Pokemon Company, but Pokemon Company is owned by Nintendo for the most part. So there's that pool of talent that I trust to make animated movies. And Kirby animated movies, Legend of Zelda animated movies, Mario, this, I'm jumping for joy. I absolutely love this, just because the Pokemon movies are really good. They are really good. So I trust Nintendo 100% on this. I think they'll do great. Makes me curious, is Nintendo jumping into the movie thing because it's it's movies and they just want to spread their reach? Are they, there's more video game movies being made, so they want their hand in there? Or is it that they feel like they're going by the wayside and they need to do a few little extra? We also, have Nintendo has a new president, so, is he making this decision? Either way, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great decision. It's definitely going to boost Nintendo's sales, ratings, all this stuff. Something that Nintendo needs. Nintendo's been going by the wayside a little bit in the last, compared to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. So I'm excited. I think it should be good. And what excites me the most, and Nintendo, they're always a wild card because it's the Japanese culture, and you don't know what they're going to do, which is good. You could make all these movies like with all these franchises, Zelda, Mario, Kirby, and then you can make a connected universe. Because you have the Super Smash Brothers. You have a storyline kind of vaguely with that. Like, Fox movies would be great too. But have like a connected, like start from the beginning doing a connected universe. That would be amazing through the animated movies. I don't need a live action Zelda movie. I don't need a live action Mario movie. You can do more with these characters because they are animated. They're animated creatures. They're not like, Halo where it's a person, Keep it animated, and you could do a connected universe, and it would be amazing. But once we know a little bit more about this, I'll bring it to you guys. Right now, we don't know like who they're going to go with. We have guesses, obviously. Zelda and Mario are your big two. Coming up next would probably be Kirby and Star Fox for your main franchises. And the easiest ones to translate over into an animated movie. But once we know more, I'll bring it to you guys. Follow us on Twitter. Maybe we'll make a show all about it. Minus the table, maybe. But let's go on to the next movie news before I get carried away being the Nintendo fanboy that I am. Godzilla 2. So, director Gareth Edwards has apparently dropped out. So that's unfortunate. The movie's still being made. So Warner Bros. Is intending to have a King Kong versus Godzilla in 2020. So that's pretty it's exciting. I want to see this movie. Though before that happens, obviously there has to be a Kong Skull Island has to come out. I don't know off the top of my head when that movie comes out. But just to let you know, the director they're getting a new director for it, which is fine. The movie's still in works. It's exciting. It's the little change is never bad in the movie franchise nowadays. Losing a director, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal, especially when it's mostly CGI characters. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be okay. All right, let's get into the inevitable. More superhero movies from Marvel. All right, so Michael B. Jordan, who was, I believe he was in Creed. I believe he also was in the Fantastic Four as the Human Torch. He is now going to be in the Black Panther movie. So, he's gone to Fox to Marvel. Not surprising. We don't know yet what he's going to be doing in the Black Panther movie, but it's exciting to see such great talent. He is a very talented actor, and it's exciting to see him go to this movie. Very excited. So once we know what he's going to do, we'll let you know. Also, a little bit of extra Marvel Black Panther news is that they're planning for the cast of Black Panther to be 95%, either African or African American, which is great. Why would you have a Black Panther movie with a bunch of white people? I mean, the whole thing, there's always the whole thing of whitewashing and whatnot. It's like, this is a movie that happens in Wakanda, which happens in Africa. Doing a great job, Marvel. I am proud of you. Which, it's not a hard decision. It's like, hey, we're making this movie in Wakanda. It should be mostly African-American Africans that are, playing the roles. With, obviously, we'll have other races, I guess that's the way to put it, in the movie as well, probably foreshadowing things, maybe the enemy, and whatnot. So I'm excited, just because, one, this actor's amazing. I don't know what role he's going to play. Freaking Black Panther himself is he was one of my favorite characters I saw in Civil War. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. One of the best characters. And I'm glad that they're going, you know, they're being smart about their cast, and that's great. Absolutely proud of them. Alright. So, in other Marvel news, Cinematic Universe now has crossed the 10 billion box. So, all, I guess, 13 movies put together, they've crossed over $10 billion. So, obviously, Marvel is doing something fantastically amazing and great. And also, Captain America Civil War is almost past the 1 billion mark. Not quite yet there. I think it's at 960, something around that line. However, they're going to pass the 1 billion mark. There's no way possible that they don't. So that's exciting. I think this movie has brought in more money than Star Wars. Not sure, though. But yeah, it's exciting that Marvel's done something right, and obviously the numbers are definitely showing that for sure. A little bit more Marvel news is I try not to shy away from rumors. I try to like not rumory too much, but speculate a little bit and be like, you know. So also a little bit extra. Agent Carter was canceled, which was a Netflix series that I don't think is aired yet, but it got canceled. But with Netflix, got canceled for TV. We could see it come to Netflix, but that's a long shot. But you know, Marvel's done really well on Netflix with Daredevil and the Punisher. But there's rumors going around that we could get a few more series. So franchises that were owned by Marvel, sold to Fox way back when, and now are owned by Marvel again, or Moon Knight, Blade, and Ghost Rider. There's things stirring around that, yeah, they could, you know. Obviously, Marvel's going to do something with these guys, especially the fact that they are in the more spiritual, cosmic side of the MCU, kind of like Doctor Strange is. So if they want to like really start pushing that side of the universe, now would probably be a good time to start doing that. Now, how they do that, that's really up to them. They want to go big screen. If they want to do TV series, they want to go Netflix. But the easiest way to do that would be Netflix. But that's just speculation. But they do have these characters, the right to these characters back, and it's just like, it's just a food for thought. What are they going to do with them? What would you like to see them do with it? Tell me in the comments below what you want to see with these characters. Probably the most notable ones that you would recognize as Blade and Ghost Rider. But I also want to know, what Nintendo animated movie would you be most excited about? And give me the plot line. Alright guys, as always, let's move on to the upcoming releases. So, for May 20th, we have Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising, which is your next big box office. It's not a big box office, but it's possibly the ones. Will it possibly take the #1 spot away from Captain America, or will Captain America continue to reign #1 in the box office with this new movie? This is the one that, you know, they're going to go head to head, and who's going to keep it? Who's going to get it? The Nice Guys, Angry Birds. Very excited about Angry Birds, another video game movie. Maggie's Plan, back in the day. Manhattan Night, Hard Sell, Almost Totally, and can't name the last two. They're not appropriate. Alright, and your box office real quick. Captain America remaining on #1. The weekend gross was $72 million. They're up above $300 million at this point. Jungle Book staying at #2. Good for them, staying up there. Then Money Monster at #3. So, for you that do care about these movies, Zootopia is at 6 yet again. Huntsman's Winter War has dropped to 7, which was 4 last week. And Batman has dropped to 13. Alright, guys. As always, this has been... I forgot a story. Alright. So... Bonus round. All right. So Jeff Johns has been put in charge of the DCEU. So this guy is now in charge of the DC, which is exciting. The fact that with the Batman Superman being not what we wanted, Warner Bros. Decided to make some huge changes and basically shake things up pretty wildly. So now we have Jeff Johns in charge of the DCEU. So it's going to be interesting what happens. I think it's going to be a good move. Apparently he's changing things up, how they're doing things. He's being more professional about how they go about things, being more ready, doing pre-production for movies. So I'm excited to see what he does. Anyways, guys, as always, this has been Minus the Theater of Minus the Rumors. We have podcasts talking about news, gaming, and entertainment stuff every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have the Minus the Theater stuff on Thursday afternoons-ish. I am Crimson Rose, your host. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Those are the main 3 things you need to be aware of. They should be in the description down below. And as always, guys, I will be back next week. Until then, I will see you next time. Bye.